All right. Welcome to Unfiltered. This is a side note. Today I'm going to be reading out of Jeremiah chapter 1, starting at verse 4. It says, "The word of the Lord came to me saying, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. Alas, sovereign Lord, I said, I do not know how to speak. I am too young. But the Lord said to me, do not say I am too young. You must go to everyone I send you to and say whatever I command you to. Do not be afraid of them, for I am with you and will rescue you, declares the Lord. Then the Lord reached out his hand and touched my mouth and said to me, I had put my words in your mouth. I have put my words in your mouth. See, today I appoint you over nations and kingdoms to uproot and tear down, to destroy and overthrow, to build and to plant." Jeremiah is young. It doesn't say exactly how old he is. We don't know if he was a child or a teenager, but he has this encounter where God comes to him and he says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart to be a prophet to the nations. He's telling Jeremiah, I have this plan for you that was already happening even before you were born. I knew what you were going to be even before I formed you in the womb. I knew you and I know everything about you. And he tells Jeremiah at a young age, I have made you and set you apart even before you were born to be a prophet to the nation. And Jeremiah instantly says, wait a minute. I think you got the wrong person. I think that you made a mistake because you see, I don't even know how to speak. I am too young. And then immediately God says, do not say I am too young because I have chosen you to do this. Do not be afraid of them. Do not be afraid of your inabilities. I will protect you. I will rescue you. I will empower you. It is almost as if he was saying, look, don't focus on yourself. Focus on me. God was saying, don't look at your own weaknesses. Look at my greatness. So many times we think, I don't think God can love me. Doesn't he understand? I'm too weak and I'm too young and I don't know how to speak. And doesn't he know the mistakes of my past? And doesn't he know that I'm incapable of doing this? I'm not able. I'm not strong enough. I'm not wise enough. I'm not skilled enough. I can't. All of these negative words, opposite of faith, that are coming out. God introduces himself and he says, before I formed you in the womb. See, so many times we think God doesn't know what he's getting into with me. But God tells Jeremiah, even before you were born, I knew you. See, God molded and shaped our strengths and our weaknesses, our character, our personality. He knows everything about us because he made us. He designed us. And he tells Jeremiah, look, I have this plan for your life and I need you to do this. And the first thing that Jeremiah does is he says, Lord, I'm too young. I'm too weak. The words out of his mouth were words of fear, not words of faith. And God says, do not say. I need you. Do not say I am too young. Do not say I cannot speak because I have chosen you to do this. I will empower you to be successful. Whatever it is you are going through today. Let the words out of your mouth be words of faith and not of fear. Stop criticizing yourself and seeing your inabilities and seeing your weaknesses and seeing your imperfections and start focusing on his greatness, his ability, and his amazing love. See, if God is for you, who can be against you? Every step you take, it's not about you, it's about him. God is saying, look, do not be afraid of them. Do not be afraid of these circumstances that you're facing. I need you to focus on me because I will empower you to be successful. I will protect you. I will put the words in your mouth. And right after that, he reaches out his hand to Jeremiah and he said, look, today I have put my words in your mouth. I have given you a purpose and a destiny, and I will empower you to walk it out successfully. So many times we feel overwhelmed, beaten down, burdened. How am I going to do this? How am I going to get through this? I am so weak. I have so many imperfections. Me. You're just focusing on yourself. And God is saying, look, stop focusing on you and focus on me. Stop looking at your weaknesses and focus on my greatness. Apart from me, you can do nothing, but through me, nothing is impossible for you. See, you're not meant to be dependent on yourself. You're meant to be dependent on him. We carry such guilt and such shame, but you got to understand we are already forgiven. It is time for us to rise up with a confidence to say, you know what? I am not afraid because I am not alone. God is with me. He will empower me to be successful. He will be the strength that I need. Every word that I need to say, He'll give it to me. Every direction I need to take, He'll guide and show me which way to go. Stop focusing on yourself and stop focusing on your past and all of your mistakes. And start realizing that God loves you because you are His child. It is interesting to me, so many people, they think of their failures. They think of their mistakes, and you say, I'm not worthy to be loved by God. God can't possibly love a screw up like me. I've done too much wrong. But let me tell you something. David, Moses, and Paul, all three of them were murderers. That whether they did the murder directly or they played a part in having someone killed, all three of them, David, Moses, and Paul, these are legends of the Bible. David committed adultery. He got this girl pregnant, and then he had someone kill her husband so no one would find out it was him who was the father of the baby. Moses saw an Egyptian beating down one of his fellow men, one of his Jewish slaves, that one of his countrymen were getting beaten down by an Egyptian, and Moses murdered him out of anger. And then Paul, after hearing Stephen preach the gospel and talk about Jesus, he encouraged the crowd, and they stoned Stephen to death. Paul, Moses, and David were all three murderers. And these are legends in the Bible. So don't look back on your past and think, I'm not worthy to know God. He must have made a mistake. I'm too young. I can't speak. You don't know all of my imperfections. You don't know how flawed I am. David was called a man after God's own heart. He was the greatest king in Israel. And yet he murdered someone. See, we've all made mistakes. But just understand this. If God loved them, He also loves you. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. I set you apart. And right now, your life may have brought you to this point right now where it is time that you rise up and stop looking at yourself. Stop looking at yourself and start looking to Him. Start looking to God. Stop focusing on your weaknesses and start focusing on His greatness. Paul, Moses, and David walked with God. And they were forgiven, and they were legends, and they did amazing things. Why? Because God empowered them to be successful. Whatever it is you're facing, stop looking at it and start looking to God. And stop speaking so negative. Instead of saying, I can't, say, God will pull me through this. He will give me the strength I need. Whatever it is, He will provide. I am not afraid because I am not alone. I do not walk alone. He walks with me every single step. God was introducing Himself to Jeremiah and saying, look, I have this purpose. And I have this destiny. I will rescue you. Do not be afraid of them. Focus on me. I will pick you up. See, God knows us better than we even know ourselves. And the more we know God, we get to know ourselves even more. We fall in love with God, and then we fall in love with ourselves, and then we start walking in wisdom and a strength and a joy and a peace that we would have never known if we hadn't walked with God. Everything that stands against you, God is with you. Greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. There is a power inside of you that is greater than anything that you face. So whatever your purpose is, whatever your destiny, whatever struggle you may be going through right now, speak words of faith and stop focusing on yourself and beating yourself up and start focusing on Him. He doesn't want you dependent on yourself. He wants you absolutely dependent on Him. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. God knew that you would be coming to Him right now in this moment, that He would be calling you. And you would be drawn to Him, and you would rise up to the occasion. Do not look at yourself and say, I am less than. God cannot love me, because He loved Moses. He loved Paul, and He loved David. They were flawed men, but they loved God. I am a flawed man, but I love God. And I love being an example of someone who was once broken, but has now been made whole by the power and the amazing glory of God. God Himself has picked me up. He dusted me off. And I walk in a strength that I've never had. And it's all because of Him. Jeremiah said, I am too young. And God said, do not say that anymore. Because I have chosen you. I will protect you. I will rescue you. I am everything you will ever need and so much more. God is with you. Rise up today. Speak words of faith. And just know that His love is unconditional. He knows everything about you. Before He even formed you in the womb, He knew you. Before He even formed you in the womb, He knew you. And he wants you to come to his side and come to know him better, to be relaxed and secure in his love, because he will sustain you. God is with you. You are not alone. Have a great day.